day 19 of our 30-day yoga challenge with me, Scola. We're going to be focusing on warrior ones today. These are some pesky poses that really build the heat in your body, working your legs, strengthening the spine, as well as the shoulders and arms. So let's go ahead and start standing at the top of our mat in mountain pose. Gonna get your feet underneath those hips or toes together with a little space between the heels. It's up to you and what's comfortable. Inhale, sink into those knees. Exhale, press into your feet. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down, letting them rest by your sides. Palms face forward, and I reach the top of my scalp up towards the ceiling as I inhale and gently pull that chin back towards behind me. Take a deep inhale here. Exhaling, breathing down, pressing into both feet evenly. And then inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Keep them nice and soft. Exhale, bring those palms together in front of your heart. We're going to take our weight into our right foot, gently lift that left foot off the ground, and step it back to a comfortable distance. Doesn't have to be anything crazy here, but enough to allow my front knee to bend, and then allowing my back heel to spin down at a 45-degree angle. So if my toes and my heel are pointing straight towards the front and back, I want to turn that heel in, letting my toes come out slightly. Now for warrior one, we want our hips facing all the way forward in this pose. So if it's hard to do so, if you have tight hips and you can't have the arch of your back foot in line with your front heel, go ahead and step into what's called train tracks. So I'm still kind of in line with my hips, and there's a space between the tracks of my feet. So I'm going to step back to a comfortable pace. Even here is perfectly fine. Start where you're at. I'm going to press into this front foot, bending my front knee, and then make sure it doesn't drop make sure it doesn't drop inward, but actually pulls towards that second toe, towards the pinky. Then I'm going to inhale, bring my right hip back as my left hip moves forward. Exhale, breathe down to the outer edge of that back foot, which as you can see really extends my leg. Soft bend in that knee. We're not bending it totally, but we're not locking it out either. So you want a little micro bend, and then inhale, lift up through that inner arch, pulling into that upper groin. Beautiful. Your hands can still be at your heart, come to your hips, or inhale them up overhead, shoulders soft, elbows soft. Nice. Now let the front of my pelvis drop a little bit as my sits bones widen, tailbone lifts slightly. Tuck those ribs in just a little bit, letting the shoulders be soft, neck is long, and breathe. Again, I'm actively pressing through the feet while lifting up through the arches. Right hip shifts back, left hip shifts forward. Breathe into your body. Where do you feel this stretch? If you can take that foot back a little bit more, maybe play with bringing it in towards the middle. Always coming back to that alignment, nice and strong, rooting down while you rise up. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, go ahead and step that foot back to the top of your mat. And sense into your legs. Notice if one leg feels different than the other. Just breathing for a moment. Beautiful. On your next inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. Exhaling to bring your palms together in front of the heart. Weight comes into your left foot. Step back with your right to whatever distance. Spin that right heel down. And then inhale, take that left hip back as you send your right hip forward. Exhale, bend into that front knee, and then press into the outer edge of that back foot. Inhale, lift up through the arches. Exhale, soften the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen the back of the neck. So I'm having trouble getting this hip to turn all the way, so I'm actually going to come more into my train tracks here. Each side of your body can be different, so it's actually really good to practice these what are called asymmetrical poses when you have one side of the body doing something different than the other. Notice what side is tighter, how it feels in a particular pose, and say the side is tighter, you might want to hold it with your right leg forward in that warrior one position longer and do your other side shorter. We want to bring our body back into balance, not continue its imbalances, not perpetuate its imbalances. Again, inhaling, hips come forward, exhale, root through those feet, inhale, back of the neck comes long, arms coming to whatever level feels good for you. Breathing here. Sense into your body, always continue those micro adjustments. Once you focus on one thing, notice something falls out. Don't clench the tailbone, but let your tailbone be free, hips are wide. One more deep inhale. Exhale, release those arms, coming back to the top of your mat into mountain. Beautiful. We'll pedal those feet just a little bit. Settle down. Notice the two legs, how they feel in comparison to one another. And then inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, gentle back bend. Exhale, fold over those legs, bringing your weight into your toes. Knees can be soft here. I'm pressing through my feet while lifting my tailbone. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees deeply, lifting the heart, coming all the way back to standing. Exhale to mountain. Breathe. Perfect. Thank you so much for following along. Stay tuned for the rest of the 30-day challenge and subscribe if you haven't already. Please leave me any comments or questions, or if there's a video you would like me to focus on, let me know. Thank you so much. Namaste.